What is going on, everybody? I'm Caleb Ochoa, also known as NFL KF22, and this is Bet the NFL, week number 16 of the NFL season. And I do not have my co-host with me, D Weezy. Hopefully, you'll be back next week. But I will be going, as always, through my five best bets of the weekend. But we will not be recapping week number 15 since, we were not here last week. So nothing to recap there. Didn't make any picks. At least during the show, I still made my own personal bets. Um, but as far as the trends go of last week, there wasn't really any. It's been very 50-50 NFL season as far as the trends go. Really nothing that stood out to me. It's just kind of been that season. But yeah, I'll say what's up to Jay. Thanks for tuning in, man. Uh, but so yeah, we'll get right into it. We'll get into our week 16 picks. But like I always say, before we can get into that, if you guys can hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you really want to help us out, you can join our Patreon. The links in the description down below. We'd very much appreciate that, and we appreciate you just for watching. So, thanks for all that. Now here it goes. I'll start off with my first bet of the week, and I'm gonna be taking the Patriots +3 at the Ravens. Um, you know, Drake May had a rough passing day last week against the Bills, but he's looking for a rebound. He's trying to have a better performance than he did. They had a nice rushing game against the Bills. Had a 21-point lead, but obviously they let that one go, and let the Bills come back. But they were looking pretty dominant in that first half. Um, and yeah, so I think they've shown that they can be a kind of dominant team like that. They just needed to keep their foot on the gas, which they did not do. But they've shown that they can be that team. Obviously, on the other side, Ravens did get a blowout shutout victory against the Bengals, but I don't think that really fixed all their problems. I mean, they still, especially prior to that game, they had a lot of problems. Mark Jackson had a lot of problems, but I don't think he really fixed anything with only completing 8 passes. Yeah, he did get a couple of touchdowns, a pick. They ran the ball, but ultimately, I just don't think they're gonna fix their struggles that they have had. And they were playing a struggling Burrow as well. I think Ravens, have some key holes on defense, and I think the Pats will be able to exploit those. And I just think the Patriots defense bounces back, has a better week. I mean, they had been playing good prior to the Bills week, and I don't think they'll give Lamar some trouble. So I do like the Patriots getting points on the road, taking +3. All right, for my second bet, I got the Vikings at the Giants. Vikings are -2.5 in this one. I'm gonna lay the points with the Vikings, and I may be reacting to the Vikings game. But especially because they just played my Cowboys and they just beat us. But I still was impressed with what I saw on Sunday nights. Obviously, I realize our defense sucks. So you got to take in account of JJ McCarthy's performance that he had. He put together back to back good weeks, so that's at least credibility to that he is having some momentum going for him. And Vikings just playing a lot better than the Giants. I mean, the Giants look like one of the worst teams in the league. They lost to another one of the worst teams in the league in the Commanders last week. So, given all that, they just don't look. They just don't know how to win games at all. And like I said, Jackson Dart will have to face a much tougher defense than he's been facing this week. And with the way he plays, he might not even last the entire game. So don't like the Giants' chances in that one. Um, so like the Vikings, like the points with the Vikes. All right. I see D Weezy. It's almost like the Pat. I have a Pat's bet too. Yeah, we'll get into D Weezy bets. I do have them with me. I'll do them after I finish up mine. Um, but for my third bet of the week, I got the Bengals minus 2.5 at the Dolphins. Both teams coming off losses. Obviously, I mentioned the Bengals shutout loss to the Ravens, um, and they both got eliminated from the playoffs. But Joe Burrow will play out the remainder of the season, so that helps them. But on the other side, the Dolphins' QB situation is much different. Tua will not be playing out the remainder of the season. They will have Quinn Ewers playing for them. Um, and I just don't like rookie quarterbacks in their first starts. I don't care who they're matched up against. That's something I'm always going to bet against because usually it doesn't work out. I mean, odds are you're going to have a bad day and you're probably going to lose. Um, so that's what I'm betting against. Betting against Quinn. Yeah, hook 'em. I'm a Longhorns fan, but I take the feelings out of it. I go with by what I think, honestly. And I don't like rookie quarterbacks in their debut because it doesn't work out. So I'm gonna take the Bengals minus 2.5, beating up on the Dolphins. For my fourth bet of the week, I got the Chiefs at the Titans, and I never thought I would say this season, but I am going to take the Tennessee Titans plus 3.5. Yeah, I think this is just the perfect opportunity to do so. They are getting points at home against a completely dejected Chiefs team who just lost their quarterback, and Patrick Mahomes got eliminated from the playoffs and is now starting Gardner Minshew. I just don't think this team really has anything left in them to give. They're playing for nothing. They are just ready to pack it in. And the Titans, they still got something to play for, not as playoff wise. I just think they're looking for any type of positives to go into next season. They're looking for something out of Cam Ward, some positive momentum that they can look for. Dewey says, "I don't blame you. The Chiefs have to find an identity." Exactly. The way the game ended last week, the Chiefs just got they don't got it. They don't got nothing. I don't see any reason why they would have any energy going into this game. Like Titans getting the points at home just seems too good to take. And going by against the spread, Chiefs are awful against the spread. They are 0-6 in the last 6 games, 1-5 against the spread on the road. Terrible covering team, so they are not going to cover that 3.5 point spread. All right, for my last bet of the week, I got the Bills minus 10 at the Browns. Bills had a great comeback win over the Patriots. Well, the Browns got blown out against the Bears. Browns have, terrible offense. I mean, that's been the thing all season long for them. No matter who was at quarterback, I mean, they have been bad on offense. They have scored less than 20 points just 10 times already, and they have single digits 3 times. So their offense is god awful. Shador Sanders was really bad last week. 0 touchdowns, 3 picks. I just don't see this situation getting any better for the Browns offense. And yeah, I just don't think they'll be able to keep up with Josh Allen, even though they are heavily reliant on Josh Allen. Um, I still they're not going to be able to keep up with them. Um, we'll say what's up to my dad, and yeah. So the Browns are just one of the worst teams in the league. Bad QB play, lack of weapons. They also have been falling back even in the run game, which helps out the Bills defense even more. Bills cover big in this one. Browns 5-15 against the spread last 20 games. 0-7 against the spread last 7 games played in December. So they do not finish strong, season strong, and I don't feel like they will. Um, in this game. Yeah, I feel like these week, you know how I feel about double digits. Yeah, I don't like them either, But in this case, I mean, the Browns been getting the blown out. So if that's the trend, that they do get blown out, then I'm gonna go with the trends, and I do like trends. But that is my five best bets of the week, and we'll get into D Weezy's five best bets of the week. Um, we'll start off with his first one. He is taking. He's going into the Atlanta Falcons game. He has Bijan Robinson over 85.5 rush yards. He's gone over this rush prop in the last three games. Cleared this prop number in four of his last six games. Um, and then Arizona 20, who they're facing the Cardinals, and they are 25th in rush yards per defense. So he says take the over on the 85 half rush yards for Bijan Robinson. Next one, he's got the in the Tampa game, he's got Emeka Buka over 3.5 receptions. That's at plus 110. This number has gone under receptions prop in the last four games, has at least seven targets in the last eight games. And Jimmy Horn for the Carolina doesn't shadow because of scheme on and could see lesser talent. So yeah, so it looks like he has a good matchup coverage wise. So he says take the over on the 3.5 receptions. That doesn't seem like a lot too much to ask for. Pretty low number, and you get a plus number as well. So that seems right for the taking. All right, and we'll get to the next one, and that is in the Detroit Lions game. He says take Tesla touchdown for a touchdown plus 410. Pittsburgh pass defense is 30th in yards and per completion and 24th in pass yards in defense. Um, they don't have any. I know T.J. Watt. It gives Goff more time to operate and touchdowns and two of the last three games. So Tesla at a plus number just to get touchdown. That seems pretty damn good to me. So go ahead and put your money on that. All right. For his fourth bet of the week, he's going to go ahead and take Burrow over 249.5 pass yards and over 1.5 touchdowns. Miami, 32nd in completion percentage on defense. Chase hasn't had yards. What was that? Hasn't had a yard in 7 weeks. Burrow connection rekindled, and extra possessions facing a rookie-led offense for Miami. So he's got Burrow over 249.5 and over 1.5 touchdowns. And for his final bet of the week, he's got Drake May in that Patriots game, over 234.5 passing yards. He's gone over this passing prop 6 of the last 7 games. Ravens 26 in pass yards, 29th in pass attempts allowed, and Baltimore 25th in completions allowed. He says from the previous bet he hasn't had a touchdown in 7 weeks. Okay, yeah, that's my bad. I didn't get that right. But back to May, over, like I said, over 234.5 passing yards. A lot of the reasons why I liked the Patriots over the Ravens this week is because I think Drake May can exploit that some holes that they have in that Ravens secondary. He agrees with me. That's why he's taking the over on that Drake May prop. But that is our five best bets of the week, and that is our show. So thank you all for watching. You can find me at NFLKF22 on Instagram and Twitter/X. And yeah, you can find me on this channel doing Good Friends, Better Rivals with my co-host Ferris Madonna on Fridays at 5 o'clock. We talking Cowboys, that terrible, awful game. I wish we weren't talking that. And then we'll talking about the Giants loss and to Washington, and then looking ahead to our games this week. We got the Chargers this week, and I have no idea who the Giants have, but we'll be talking about it. So tune in for that. And yeah, we'll be back here hopefully next week. If not, because it's Christmas, we may or may not be. But we will definitely be back next. Well, hopefully we'll be back next week. We'll be back at some point in the future to give you our more five best bets of the week, all the way to the Super Bowl. So tune in for that. We'll see you next time. Like I always say, let's get ready to make that money.